Hello everybody, Tara here, coming to you today. Hope everybody's doing well. You're all having a fantastic day. So I had a couple of requests for my fish cake recipe. So I'm gonna show you here how to make them. I have some good old Labrador salt fish here in a bowl, and I have some onions sauteed. I never put raw onion in pretty much anything, so I always saute them a little bit first. This is one onion that I have here. I'm not quite sure how many potatoes. I don't think I'm going to be using them all. I think I peeled about 8 or 9 because I wanted some left over to make a salad for my son. So we'll see. I'll judge as we go and see how much we're going to actually use. I'm guessing probably around, if you had to do it, probably around 5 or 6 potatoes. And this saltfish that I have here is four pieces. So 4 pieces about yay big. So I've got all of that done and ready. Yeah, this is a lot of potato that I have here, so I'm not going to use this much. So right off the bat, you're not going to need 8 or 9 potato, but I'm going to give them a good mash here. I'm actually going to add a little bit of butter to the potato, and just to make them a little bit creamy. So just a little bit of butter here, probably a couple tablespoons, and this is real butter. I don't buy the margarine. It's all real butter. So I'm gonna get this off, and just gonna mash them up a little bit. And like I said, my mother makes fish cakes. I don't think she puts butter in her potatoes. I'm pretty sure she doesn't, but just makes the potatoes a little bit creamier. I'm not going to add anything else besides that. And once we get this done, I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper to the potato. Not much, just a couple more. All right, so got that done. We'll give it another stir here. Yeah, it's a lot of potato, for sure. So, how we all doing today? Are you having a good weekend? This is Sunday. And I find that the weekends just go by so fast. Just so unbelievably fast. And I don't look forward to Mondays, as I'm sure you don't. Okay, so I've got all of the bones and stuff like that taken out of the fish cake, or out of the saltfish, sorry. I'm just gonna pour all that in this big bowl, and the rest of this is gonna kind of be like a judgment call. But as I go ahead and do it, I'm gonna just use a measuring cup. I just found another piece of bone. Take that out. I'm going to just do a little measurement with the potatoes, and maybe that'll give you a more general idea of how much to use. So I'm going to judge it for you here. 1 cup. I'm going to try 2 cups first because, so what we're doing here is we're just mixing the potato in with the fish. Just easy peasy. I never thought that I would be making fish cakes much, actually, because my mother, she makes the best fish cakes. I never really did ask her how she made them, but she gave me a little guide to doing it. And if you come through, you see bones as you do it. And you could buy the boneless salt cod. They have bags of it in the grocery store. I think it's probably around 10 bucks that you can use for fish cakes. The last batch that I did make, that's what I used. Yeah, so just taking out a couple more bones here as I go. And I have 2 cups of mashed potato, and guys, that kind of looks like it might be close to being enough. Maybe like 2.5 cups. We'll try that. And now we're going to take our onion, we're going to add in that. Now, you don't have to put onion in them if you're not an onion lover, by all means. This is not necessary to do, but it puts a lot of taste on everything. Onion does, as you know. A lot of great flavor comes from onion. We go through about a bag, a 2-pound bag of onion, I'm pretty sure, a week. We love onion here in my house. So this looks like it's enough. So for the 4 pieces of saltfish that I had, 2.5 cups of mashed potato, and if you buy a bag of the salt bites or pieces at the grocery store, that's pretty much to what I had in those 4 pieces of salt cod. So I'm just gonna let you see this here now. I've got it all mixed in together. Now, I'm just gonna add a couple of different spices that I normally use for. So this spice here is awesome. It is so good. Roasted garlic and peppers. I put this in pretty much everything that I make. Just now, this is not, you don't have to use this if you don't have this at home. That's fine. And I'm going to add just a little bit of onion powder, like just sprinkle it on, because we have salt cod. So salt cod is salty, and we don't really want to make it much mixture too salty here at all. Now we're ready to make the fish cakes. So I'm just going to put this back, grab a pair of gloves, here we go. I don't like putting my hands in anything. I always wear gloves. Even when I make bread, I wear gloves. Okay, so I'll probably take about 2 tablespoons of the mixture, and you can make these as big or small as you want. And just kind of round them like this. There you go. So you continue to make all of the ones that you have in your bowl. Continue on doing that, and then I will be back to show you how to do them in the air fryer and on the stove. Okay, we're back. So I've got the fish cakes, these made here. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the key to cooking fish cakes on the stove are two things. Or actually, yeah, two things. You let your frying pan heat up really hot, okay? And you know, fish cakes is not something that you can leave and go and do something else. So you've got to really heat your oil up really good. Now the oil is the second thing. This is 100% avocado oil. This oil I use a lot, especially for cooking. It's a type of oil that's really good for you, and it really works great with a high smoke point. You can go right up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's the oil that I have chosen to do these fish cakes. So it seems like it's pretty hot there now. Then once the pan heats up, you can kind of turn it back just a little bit, and then we're just going to add them. Just going to dip them in flour here. Make sure the whole fish cake is covered with flour, and try not to have them too close together, because it's like anything, when you cook it too close together, it doesn't have room to really cook to the best of its capacity. So keep them separated a little bit, and I'm using a very good frying pan. Cheap frying pans don't work. I know we like to get things cheaper and stuff a lot of times, but some things just do not work. We're going to cover them all in flour, spread them out, and I'll show you how to cook them in the air fryer after we get this done. My son was wondering when the fish cakes were going to be ready, so I'll let him eat some of those. Yeah. Well, people think that fish cakes are a lot of work, but they're really quite easy. They just takes a little bit of time, but you can always have it prepared. Like last night, I cooked my fish and deboned it, kept it in the fridge. So I'm just gonna move them apart just a little bit more, and just gonna take those gloves off. Thing is that I find that it soaks up a lot of oil, so you have to keep putting oil on the fish cakes. Don't be afraid to use the oil. Like I said, this is the bomb. And by the way, I didn't find this around my community. I found this on Amazon. Everybody likes to shop on Amazon, right? Okay, this is sea salt. I'm going to put a bit of sea salt on each one. My grinder, I can really control what comes out. It should be good. And black pepper. A little bit more on that one. There we go. Also, I got this sprayer here on Amazon. don't just think that you can use any type of sprayer for oil. There are certain sprayers out there for when you use oil. I use this a lot with my air fryer. Okay? Very good. I think it was probably $14, $15, something like that. Okay, so we're gonna let those cook. And what you have to go by, depending on how brown you want them, how crispy you want them, probably around 10 minutes on each side, I'm thinking. But just watch them and see. And then, yeah, so there's probably no point for me to leave you here and I'll show you at the end what they look like, so that after 10 minutes, you turn them over, but just keep lots of oil in your pan and let them cook away. And I have my burner here, my stove top on for up to about 4. But of course, to heat it up, I had to turn it up a little bit more first. So yeah, it's on 4, and I'm gonna let those fry, and then I'll show you what they look like when we come back. Okay, we're back. So, I have fish cakes here out of the pan. See, they're brown, just like that on each side. Now I'm going to take the rest of them out now. I'm going to place these in the oven because we're going to get, I've got the air fryer warming up on 390 for 4 minutes. And we're going to get some fish cakes in the air fryer. Try that. I'm just going to stick those in the oven. And once again, I'm going to grab some gloves. And the air fryer, just like when you cook them on the stove, we have to turn them over in the air fryer, but there's a couple of little tricks to the air fryer as well. Okay, so it's just cooling down there now. If your air fryer's in close to the wall, move it away from the wall a little bit so that it really helps to circulate the heat around in the air fryer. And I'm just going to get those, it's all ready there. So I'm just going to grab a tray. This is all heated up. So we're going to cook them on, we're going to start at 390 first. And one little thing I forgot to tell you, or no, I do that after, never mind. As I put the flour on the fish cakes, I'm just going to give a couple sprays of the avocado oil on the fish cake. Place it in. It just helps with the browning of the fish cake. Once again, make sure that there's lots of flour on here. I'm going to get my bottle really dirty. I think I'm just going to brush it on because it's kind of messy. I'll be with you in a sec. So I'm going to get some avocado oil and my brush. And just brush it on the fish cakes. They are a little messy to do in the air fryer. Excuse me. I had to sneeze. All right, what am I missing? Salt and pepper. I'm only going to cook 2 in the air fryer. I find that 4 is too much. So we're going to try these 2 first. Grab the other one. It's a little bit more of a process with the air fryer, but all good. Actually, there's not a whole lot of difference in the when they're done in the air fryer as opposed to the pan. The big thing about it is that you're not using near as much oil, right, to cook them in. So it's definitely a more healthier approach. Bit of salt and pepper. There you go. We're going to stick those in. So we're going to try it first. 4 minutes. 4 minutes on 390. Okay, so I'll show you what they look like after. Okay, just to let you know that they're done. Oh, this is beautiful, beautiful way to do fish cakes in a totally healthy way to do them. So I'm going to give you the deets now on how to cook them. So here they are. Alright, you see how nice and brown and crispy they are. So first, you have to heat up your air fryer for 4 minutes on 390. And then remember to brush them with some avocado oil or whatever kind of oil you use. And then we cook them on one side for 10 minutes. Then we turn them over, we brush the other side with oil, and we cook them for another 8 minutes on 400 degrees. So 390 to warm up your air fryer, and then cook the fish cakes on 400 degrees. So 10 minutes on one side, flip them over, oil, and another 8 minutes, and they will turn out nice and brown and lovely, just like these. So, like I said, a great healthy way to cook your fish cakes. And yeah, so I hope you like this video, and please remember to subscribe. Okay, bye for now.